So, in addition to these kind of three main ways that we can depreciate fixed assets, there is a whole host of other situations where we have to know kind of all of the different parts of what's happening in the business to figure out what the best answer for you is. Okay, this is not a one size fits all. Some people could have the exact same numbers of assets and have very different outcomes depending on lots of other factors. So, this is where we get into the knowledge of understanding that, for instance, if you buy a new rental property, it is possible that a cost segregation study is going to be really good for you in the first year of service or maybe within the first 2 years. And the reason for that is that we're going to be able to segregate out the different costs of that fixed asset and take them according to different lives. Why does that matter? Well, let's say that you know you're going to do a ton of improvements on that property. If you're going to do that, we might be able to take some of those fixed assets that you're going to eventually pull right out of service and then take the deduction for those early on so that you can also then take the deductions for the new improvements that you're doing. But again, that's a facts and circumstances type situation, and it's going to depend on what your intention is for the property. So the reason I bring this up is there is a lot of people who are either doing it yourself on fixed assets or they're using a tax pro who's not super well versed in understanding the ins and outs of depreciation. And the answer here is that there's really not one size fits all, and you need somebody who understands all of these different rules and regulations around depreciation to get you the best answer for your personal situation. Because filling it out according to what the computer told you is probably not always going to be what's in your best interest because you don't know what questions to ask. So we're going through and saying, well, what's the long-term plan for this asset? Are you going to sell it? Are you going to improve it? Is there something that's really old that's going to need replaced? What is your other income situations? What's the entity that you're doing this through? Do you have sufficient basis to take these losses? Like lots and lots of different questions. And all of it comes back to understanding you, the taxpayer, your personal goals and your personal behaviors in how you're running your business. So depreciation has a huge host of ways that it can be super beneficial to most taxpayers, but you have to know how to use it.